Mic is on, lights are ready, no disguises, no confetti. This is truth, no superstition. We don't sell stories, we bring facts, not fiction. Open ears, open mind, what you'll hear is real this time. We are out. Truth on the table, no condition. We are out. Presenting facts, not fiction. We are out. No fear, no manipulation. We are out. This is information. Facts, not fiction. No myths. No myths. No superstition. Yeah. Real voices, real information. We are out. We are facts, not fiction.
Bueno, ¿cómo estamos, audiencia? Aquí, empezando este día. Welcome to our live here. Welcome to our live. Este día, well, thank you for joining us today. We are going to be doing a live here. We'll be bringing information that is, hopefully, it's going to be information about documents and the channel and about bringing information to the public. And well, first of all, let me start with saying this. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us live, and also for those who will be watching this as a replay. Tonight live is informational and educational. Our goal is not to convince anyone, not to attack their beliefs, or not to spread rumors. Our goal is to put information in the correct order, documents first, claims second.
Hola, hola a todos, bienvenidos a nuestro canal. Gracias por acompañarnos en este en vivo y también gracias a todos los que nos van a ver en diferido. El en vivo de hoy es solamente para dar información y información educacional. Nuestra meta no es convencer a nadie, no es atacar a nadie, ni tampoco las creencias de nadie, y tampoco para hacer o crear rumores. Nuestra meta es para poner información en la orden correcta. Primero los documentos y luego después lo que se ha dicho. Todo lo que vamos a compartir en esta noche es basado en récords públicos, en testimonios que los miembros han oído y han visto. Y también queremos decirles que a cada uno de que están viendo nuestro programa que pueden ustedes mismos verificar todo independientemente.
Everything we're going to share today and tonight in this live, or if you hear it today or you hear it at another time, everything we're going to share tonight is based on public and available records, their documents and testimonies that members have heard and seen. And we are encouraging everyone to watching this to verify everything we do here and any document or anything that you have that we will present here on this channel to independently verify it. We are not lawyers. We don't give legal advice. We're not here, but we will present documents and information throughout our lives. We want to bring awareness to the public that is listening to us that these records, the information and public records that we are presenting are legal. You can find these at any time in any government website or public website.
Okay, all right, guys. Como les decía, esta información es verídica. La estamos agarrando de las cortes y estamos haciendo la información llegar a ustedes a cómo la tenemos. Y creo que ya podemos abrir nuestras cámaras, ¿no? ¿Listo? Ahora sí, después, a ver. ¡Listos!
Hello, everybody. We're here. We're here live.
Bueno, pues ya después de haber
Exacto, Alma. We're here to provide information for everyone that wants to have the information that we will be presenting on our channel, little by little, day by day, or every life that we do. We will try to bring the best information possible with our knowledge that we have, and it is based on public records. And that's basically what we want to inform the audience that all this information we'll bring is public records.
Exactamente. Ok, y lo que vamos a hacer esta noche, vamos a hablar un poquito o introducirlos un poquito acerca de lo que de lo que vamos a hablar, de lo que nuestro canal se va a concentrar. Permítanme un momentito. Ok, ahora sí, creo que sí me escucho mejor. Bueno, vamos a hablar de quién es el líder según los récords de la corte. Anoche estuvimos diciéndoles que vamos a hablar enseñando documentos. So last night we were talking about documents on hand. So what I want to do right now, and I believe that, hold on one second. First, I am going to say that to understand anything else, we first need to establish who this person is, not according to the organization, but according to the federal court, the records. And right now, go ahead.
Well, see, we're gonna provide this information in this this live. Want to give an introduction first of all to who we are to the audience. Once again, we want to introduce ourselves to the audience, and we'll be doing this regularly in the podcast that we're providing, so the audience knows who we are, who we came from. First of all, I'm opening my camera here. I want to let the audience know that my name is Leroy. I go by Rogelio on the internet, on the podcast, but my name is Leroy. And the reason I come here we decided to do this with our images, our personal images, because the information we're going to be bringing, and we believe that we, in order to have credibility to the audiences, that we show our faces, we tell the audience who we are, we give the audience our image, so you can verify all this information. Once again, I'll say it many times, any information that we provide here is information that we've obtained through court documents, through legal streams of through websites, through government agencies. But I was a member of the Luz El Mundo Church for over 30 years. I worked and participated in the church events. I worked in construction. I worked in the sales. Anything that, as being part of this organization, the LLDM, or La Luz El Mundo, or in English, the Light of the World Church. We dedicated our lives to helping and on the church. Usually, it's basically we're giving our time and effort the church, and it was voluntarily, and we in construction. I worked at the Civil Wolf Ranch. I worked at the Houston Church. I worked in our local churches in construction or any providing my services to the church, to this organization, La Luz del Mundo, or the Light of the World Church. I eventually, throughout the years, after over 30 years of being part of that organization, within those 30 years, I also, as a couple, we joined Berea. We were a part of Berea for over 20 years. We worked together to provide the content that many of you probably most likely saw on Berea News, on Berea LLDM News, or on the La Light of the World Church websites, or on podcasts or streams. We also provided videos and information to Luz TV and other entities that were part of the Berea organization. We helped. We worked together as a couple many times. I work in broadcasting. I worked in communications. We did videos. We edit videos. We worked to provide this information to the Luz del Mundo members at the time we attended that church.
And we'll be showing you some of those videos later on as proof.
Yes.
So you won't say that we were just lying about it.
We have proof that we were part of that organization. We're part of Berea. But today we decided to come out and do this podcast. We've been talking about it for a while. We have had friends, members that have come to us and tell us, why don't you do a live in English? We'll be doing this English, Spanish. My wife will be doing more Spanish. I'll be doing more of the English. But we want to kind of connect both audiences, the English and the Spanish audience. Come here, get the information we will provide. Like I said, we will provide documents. We will provide videos that we will talk about. We will analyze videos of what is said in that organization. We'll present the videos where we will allow the public, the ones that the audience is listening, to give your own assessment on these videos, or the documents. And once again, I encourage the public to obtain these documents. These documents we will present here as time goes on, as we read these documents, to inform the public of why we're here and what's going on with this organization, the Luz del Mundo. Within that organization, we will be providing documents that you can verify your own. I encourage the public or the audience to obtain these documents. It's once again, these documents are verifiable through government agencies, through government websites, and some of them you got to pay for them. Some of them they're free. It all depends on the government, right? Or the entity that's providing those documents. Alma, I'll pass it over to you.
Say it in Spanish. Ahora dilo en español.
Oh, lo que yo dije en español. Okay, we could do that. Bueno, tratar de hacerlo un poquito español. Mi español está un poco quebrado, pero fui parte de la Iglesia de la Luz del Mundo, la organización, La Luz del Mundo. Fui parte con la Luz del Mundo por más de 30 años. En esos 30 años, pues, ayudé en las actividades. Fuimos activos como pareja, fuimos activos en donando nuestro tiempo, poniendo nuestro tiempo para las ventas, para construcción, trabajé en el rancho por muchos años. Trabajé en la iglesia de Houston construyendo y también proyectos aquí locales de donde somos. También trabajamos ahí. También en esos 30 años fui parte de lo que se llama la parte de Berea, que es la parte de comunicaciones de la iglesia. Los que son parte de la iglesia pues saben que Berea es los que publican y los que transmitían las oraciones a las iglesias, a la información que necesitaba darse a la iglesia se pasa por Berea. Berea es la mano fuerte de la iglesia que produce esa información a la membresía de la organización La Luz del Mundo, LLDM. Bueno, y pues...
Bueno, pregunta, antes de que sigas,
Sí.
pregunta, bueno, tenemos personitas
Bueno,
en
si
el...
tenemos preguntas, está bien. Bueno,
Entonces preguntas si tenemos personitas en la audiencia.
gracias
Saludos
por
a
estar aquí
todos.
con
Gracias por
nosotros.
acompañarnos. Bendiciones igualmente, tía.
Sí.
Sierva Veloz dice que entiende que Berea tiene diferentes branches.
Exacto,
Which
sí.
branch were you at? ¿En qué
Bueno.
¿dónde trabajaste? ¿Dónde trabajamos?
Trabajamos en casi la mayoría de lo que es Berea News, Berea Communications, Berea Radio, Berea News, Berea, ¿cómo se llama? Crónicas Apostólicas.
Crónicas Apostólicas.
Para
Hasta
Luz
hicimos
TV.
DVDs para ir a venderlos a la provincia.
También andamos vendiendo DVDs por la calle. Después que tuvimos toda la noche produciendo los DVDs. Bueno, no vamos a entrar en esos detalles, pero sí, fuimos parte, fui yo y mi esposa, aquí Alma Libre, fuimos parte de esta organización por
Casi 20
más
años.
de 20 años, y en ese tiempo
años.
pues nos tocó hacer varias, donde necesitaban, pues decir, donde nos mandaban. The question was asked that what parts of the Berea
hello.
and what part of the Berea did I work in, or why we helped, right? Basically, we worked in all Berea. Whatever they needed, it was Berea radio, Berea music, Berea communications, Berea, you name it, right? There's like about 7-8 different organizations within Berea, our branches. But all this time was
mostly photography and video.
Well, yes, but we donated our time. This was all our time. We were in Berea 100%. It was our time there in Berea. But this channel's not about Berea. It's about information.
Haremos otro hablando de Berea.
Yes, in the future we can do a live and talk about our lives and our backgrounds. But today we want to bring this information. Our channel is going to be about bringing information that's factual and not fiction. And all information, once again, I'll probably say it 100 times here in the channel because I want to make sure the audience understands, and the ones that are listening to us, this information can be verified. You can verify this information. And we're not here to debate. We're not going to debate anyone. If anyone comes and contradicts us or wants to contradict us, or that's their point of view, just like we have our point of view. We have the right, but we will not basically try to be neutral as much as possible. Even though we were part of this organization, we will put the information out, and the question is for you to question and if you still belong at that organization, if you still attend that organization, well, we will put questions out there for you to question it, and we would let you judge for your own self what we were putting out. Let you find and see that the information we will give here to the audience, that you come to your own conclusions, but the information we'll provide are facts and not fiction.
Sí. Ok, se lo voy a traducir un poquito rápidamente. Ok, dice, Rogelio dice que sí tuvimos mucho tiempo, que donamos mucho tiempo a esta organización, sobre todo a Berea. Había muchas cosas que se hicieron, como ustedes saben, somos pareja. Hicimos planes según las actividades de la iglesia. Entonces sí hubo mucho tiempo que se donó. Y también estaba diciendo que es muy importante que ustedes entiendan que esta información que nosotros estamos dando, estamos compartiéndola según lo que nosotros estamos viendo en las hojas de la corte, y que nada de esta información no se inventó, se agarró de allá. Y también que si ustedes quieren verificar, pueden ir a buscar esa información Y por último, estaba diciendo que no vamos a entrar en debate. Si ustedes están pensando, están dudando o todas son miembros de esta organización y quieren escucharnos, no vamos a debatir con ustedes de que si es cierto o no. Lo que vamos a hacer solamente es presentarles la información y dejarles a que ustedes mismos puedan cuestionarse y usar un poquito de sentido común para ver si lo que estamos hablando es correcto o no. Correcto. Bueno, vamos a seguir. Muy importante, quiero enseñarles quién es, para empezar, de qué vamos a hablar, de qué se trata este canal, quién es esta organización. Nos vamos a concentrar en la organización llamada La Luz del Mundo y su líder, Nason Joaquín García. Él es el líder de esta organización.
We're going to start by giving some background to the organization as we continue here. We want to provide a little bit of background for those that are new to the channel, be new to the channel, or be hearing this at a future date, or that way those that are new or not part of this organization, they have a little bit of background to who we will be talking about, who we will be presenting here. Most of our audience will probably know who we'll be talking about, but we want to give a little introduction. We want to give an introduction to who these people we're going to be talking about. And the organization is La Luz del Mundo, or the Light of the World Church, as it's said in Spanish, in English. We will provide some information, of little background of why we're here, what's going on. And vamos a proveer un poco de información de quién es esta organización para la audiencia que nos escucha, para las personas que están aquí escuchándonos, que vienen nuevas, que no han escuchado de esta organización. Muchos de nuestras audiencias sí son parte de nuestros amigos y la audiencia, pero en el futuro las personas que escuchan estos podcasts, como vamos avanzando adelante, pues para que tengan esa información en mano y vamos para que sepan de qué estamos hablando y de qué vamos a referir. Aunque mencionamos que vamos a ir hablando de la Luz del Mundo, o LLDM, o the Light of the World Church, queremos dar un poquito de información y gracias por estar aquí. Go ahead, Alma.
Okay. To understand anything else, we first need to establish who this person is, not according to the organization, but according to federal court records. Very important. Not according to the organization, but according to federal court records. We're going to let you know who he is. This first document, it is United States of America, the District of New York versus Nason Joaquín García, Rosa Sosa, Azalia Rangel García, Eva García de Joaquín, Joram Núñez Joaquín y Silem García Peña versus who? United States of America, District of New York. What you're seeing on the screen right now is a federal court document. This document identifies the individuals, or the individual, which is Nason Joaquín García, as a leader of the religious organization known as La Luz del Mundo. According to the court, this individual is not described in spiritual terms. He's identified in legal terms, by name, by role, and by accusations brought against him. We're not going to add anything here. We're not going to interpret motives. We're simply reading what the court itself states. ¿Lo digo en español? Ok. Este documento es Estados Unidos de América, el Distrito de Nueva York, en contra de Nason Joaquín García, Rosa Sosa, Azalia Rangel García, Eva García de Joaquín, Joram Núñez Joaquín y Silem García Peña. Lo que están viendo en la pantalla en este momento es un documento de la corte. Ese documento identifica a este individual, Nason Joaquín García, como líder de una organización religiosa conocida como la Luz del Mundo. Según la corte, este individual o esta persona no está descrita como en términos espirituales. Él se ha identificado en términos legales por nombre, quién es y las acusaciones que se han puesto en contra de él. No vamos a agregar nada más en este documento, no vamos a interpretar motivos, simplemente vamos a leer lo que la corte está diciendo. Por eso es muy importante que para las personas, tal vez, yo sé que hay unas personas aquí que ustedes ya han pertenecido o han salido o han escuchado de esta organización llamada La Luz del Mundo, pero en este momento vamos a hablar también para las personas que están afuera, que no saben quién es, de quién estamos hablando. Les vamos a leer un poquito de lo que la corte dice y ustedes, yo voy a poder interpretar poquito, pero queremos que Rogelio lo diga en inglés primero, si es posible. Lo tienes creo que en tu WhatsApp. Lo puede leer primero, lo que la primera página es muy importante, lo que la primera página de este documento dice. Y si lo puedes, es el que compartiste conmigo del website, que compartiste conmigo en la primera página. Creo que está en los, ¿es ese? A ver, un momentito. Si no, mientras que lo encuentres, lo puedo empezar a leer yo. ¿En inglés?
Go ahead.
Ok, dice, the grand jury charges, o sea, la gran corte está poniendo cargos, ¿en quién? En Azón Joaquín García, Rosa Sosa, Azalia Rangel García, Eva García de Joaquín, Joram Núñez Joaquín y Silem García Peña. The defendants. The defendants are the ones that are trying to defend themselves in this court document. And there's something very important right here. It says, and others known and unknown. Very important. Why, Rogelio? Because it says that not only them, not only these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, not only these 6 people, but also others known, because this court is saying, or this paper saying there's more people that are known that are guilty, or they are, I'm sorry, not that are guilty, that they are after, and also unknown, the ones that they don't know about. Well, these people, it says, that abuse the power, the doctrine, and the structure of La Luz del Mundo Church. O sea, ¿lo encontraste?
Sí, lo leo en español.
Ok, lo voy a decir en español. Nazón Joaquín García, Rosa Sosa, Azalia Rangel García, Eva García de Joaquín, Joram Núñez Joaquín y Silem García, las personas que se están defendiendo en ese documento. Y algo más importante o muy importante que está diciendo aquí, y otros conocidos y no conocidos. ¿Qué quiere decir con esto? Otros conocidos y no conocidos. Hay otras personas que ya la corte o la justicia conoce y hay otras personas que todavía no conocen. Entonces, para aquí, si entiendes ese documento, está diciendo que hay más personas por las cuales van a venir. ¿Quedó claro, Rogelio? Dice que abusaron abusaron de la doctrina y abusaron de la estructura de la luz del mundo. Dice, to threaten, to coerce, and to peep. And I'm not saying the word because we might get
We might get blocked.
blocked.
We don't
Yes.
want our channel to be
So
blocked.
whenever I see that word, I'm going to say beep. I'm going to try to. Dice, to threaten, to coerce, and to peep, abuse girls, boys, and women in the LLDM church, to engage in financial crimes, and to obstruct criminal investigations into their misdeeds. ¿Qué quiere decir? Que han threatened, que han a ver, somebody please down there help us, que han acosado, o que han hold on, somebody's no, que han acosado, que han obstruido investigaciones criminales. No, han abusado niñas, han abusado niños y personas o mujeres en la Iglesia de la Luz del Mundo. han hecho crímenes financieros y han obstruido investigación criminal para que esta información no salga o no se amenazado exactamente, que no salga o se dé a conocer. Dice, the defendants and their conspiration collectively, as defined below as the Joaquin LLDM enterprise, executed this scheme over the course of decades, abusing generations of church members and then destroying evidence to obstruct detention by law enforcement. This document, later on, we will explain this document also because it's naming Joram Nunez Joaquin and Silem Garcia Peña. I just want you guys to understand that one of the charges against them is that these people were destroying evidence to obstruct detention by law enforcement, which means when we have heard about the trying to quiet victims or trying to silence. There you go. Silence. Thank you. That's why I have Rogelio here. You're supposed to be reading this document, but okay. They're trying to destroy evidence to silence victims. Now, it says the defendant and their conspiration used LLDM Church as a vehicle to commit trafficking of women and children, to induce victims, including, but before I go to the next page, I'm going to say it in Spanish. Dice, las personas que se defienden en este documento y las conspiraciones colectivas o definidas como aquí abajo, como la compañía o la enterprise, la organización LLDM, Joaquín LLDM, hicieron o usaron este esquema por medio de décadas, abusando generaciones de los miembros de la iglesia y destruyendo evidencia para silenciar o obstructurar la detención de las autoridades, o sea, para detener a personas. Trataron de destruir las evidencias que había. Estaba comentando en inglés que esta información es importante porque este documento está hablando y señalando acerca de Nazón Joaquín García, Rosa Sosa, Azalía Rangel García, Eva García de Joaquín, pero mero abajo está hablando de Joram Núñez Joaquín y Silem García Peña. Para los que no saben, algunas de las cosas que se han oído o se escucharon fueron acerca de esos dos personajes, de Joram Núñez Joaquín y de Silem García, cómo trataron de silenciar a personas, cómo trataron de destruir papeles, documentos. En otro de los documentos, Rogelio, también se escucha de que quemaron muchos documentos en algunos de los lugares, incluso en la hermosa provincia. No nos consta, estamos diciendo lo que se dijo en alguna ocasión. Y después lo traemos la información, porque esa información se escuchó en los... ¿Quién es la organización? Ajá, ¿de dónde salió? Exactamente. Ajá. Entonces, aquí en Estados Unidos también se trataron de silenciar víctimas, tratando de, eso aquí donde entra Joram Núñez Joaquín, tratando de hacer que algunas de las víctimas firmaran papeles.
They had to sign some documents.
You can say it in English.
They try to silence. Yeah, these personnel that we will be talking about in the future. We just want to give an introduction of who they are. There's Joram Núñez Joaquín and Silem Garcia Peña. Will be giving a podcast and exclusively on these two persons mentioned here in this document. But they work to silence and to destroy evidence and burn evidence. That is what is some of these documents that we will be presenting in the future, talking about when we go into the documents talking about Silem and Joram Núñez. Well, we will touch that subject and we will bring that information to the audience. We just wanted to give an introduction of why we're here, what these people are, which we will be talking about, and to the audience. So that's why we are introducing this document here. Um, so thank you once again for being here. We will be working on trying. This is our first time we ever done this together as live. I'm always behind the camera. I'm always the production team. All I do is put it together and let someone else run it. I put it together and let somebody else run it. And now I'm having to be on this side of the camera and explaining the information. But eventually I will work on doing this and being here live with you guys, and hopefully the information we bring to you is educational. Uh, it, so we'll be moving forward to explaining and starting with our live. Now that we introduce who these people are, we will start our live talking about what today's life is all about.
Do you want to continue reading that document?
Oh, you want me to keep on that document? Sure.
Yes.
On the history and the doctrine?
Yes.
Sure. The document, the second page, it's on part 2. It says the La Luz del Mundo, the LLDM Church, is a Christian church founded in Mexico in or about 1926 by Eusebio Joaquin Gonzalez, who went by the name Aaron or Aaron, and was the grandfather of Nason Joaquin Garcia, the defendant here in these documents. Aaron declared himself the apostle of the LDM Church for the entirety of the LLDM Church's existence. His leadership has been consolidated in Aaron's family and his descendants, the Joaquin family. The church remains under the control of the Joaquin family to this day. Aaron led the LLDM Church until his death in 1964. Upon Aaron's death, his son Samuel Joaquin Flores, Samuel, became the apostle of the LLDM Church. Samuel was the apostle of the LLDM Church until his death in 2014. Upon Samuel's death, his son Nason Joaquin Garcia, the defendant, became the apostle of the LLDM Church, and Nason remains the apostle today. The LLDM Church is based in Guadalajara, the capital of the Mexican state of Jalisco. There are LLDM Church locations throughout the United States, including in California, New York, Nevada, Texas, Georgia, Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey, and Washington, D.C., among other places.
Say present if you live there.
The LLDM Church doctrine, propagated by Aaron, Samuel, and Nason Joaquin Garcia, the defendant, teaches, among other things, that the apostle is directly chosen by God to the servant of God on earth. B, the apostle cannot sin, and therefore not the apostle does it. Nothing the apostle does is a sin. C, the only way for members of the LLDM Church to obtain eternal salvation is to follow the teachings of the apostle. God will punish and eternally damn anyone who doubts the apostle, fails to follow the apostle's teachings, or defines the apostle. D, anyone who is not a member of LLDM Church is a Gentile and will suffer eternal damnation. Members of the LLDM Church are discouraged from associating with non-members. C, if a member of the LLDM Church leaves the church, they are not to be ox- they are to be ostracized by all members. Leaving the LLDM church therefore means losing contacts with any family members or friends who remain in the church. Serving the apostle, F. Serving the apostle and his family is a blessing and can lead to eternal salvation. G. Members of the LLDM church are forbidden from engaging in any sexual contact outside of marriage. Members who engage in external sexual activities have committed the sins of fornication and will be punished. H. Members of LLDM church are expected to tithe a portion of their income to the LLDM church and are frequently expected to make additional cash offerings that benefit the apostle and the Joaquin family. This document here, we will then we're gonna stop there for today, but we will touch each one of these subjects. What I want to bring here today is that this document here gives us a lot of information. We will bring information. We will bring. We'll go deeper dive into this document. And for right now, I'm going to have my wife Alma to go ahead and translate it in Spanish. That way, for the Spanish-speaking audience, can have understanding of what I read. Alma, your turn.
Wow, es mucha información. Pero bueno, vamos a ver primero la primera página, no, la segunda página. Déjame ver cuál es. No, esta no. Ok. Esta página está hablando acerca de... Déjame ver, permíteme. Ok. Esta página está hablando acerca de la historia de la doctrina de la Iglesia de la Luz del Mundo, según el documento, sí me escucho, ¿verdad? Según el documento que estamos enseñando en pantalla. Dice, la Iglesia o la Iglesia de la Luz del Mundo es una iglesia cristiana que empezó en México aproximadamente en 1926 por Eusebio Joaquín González, que fue por el nombre de Aarón y fue el abuelo de Nazón Joaquín García, el defendiente que se nombra en ese documento. Básicamente nos está dando la historia para la gente que no sabe la historia de la Iglesia La Luz del Mundo. Dice, Aarón se declaró él mismo como el apóstol de la Iglesia La Luz del Mundo. Por todo el tiempo de que la luz del mundo ha existido, su leadership, la persona que lo ha guiado siempre se ha consolidado en la familia de Aarón y sus descendientes, básicamente la familia Joaquín. Y la iglesia sigue bajo el control de la familia Joaquín hasta este día. Es lo que dice la corte. Dice, Aarón guió a la Iglesia La Luz del Mundo hasta su muerte en 1964. Después de la muerte de Aarón, su hijo Samuel Flores fue el apóstol de la Luz del Mundo, de la Iglesia. Samuel fue el apóstol de la Luz del Mundo hasta su muerte en el 2014. Después de la muerte de Samuel, su hijo Nazón Joaquín García, el defendiente, el que se está defendiendo en este papel de la corte, vino a ser el apóstol de la Iglesia La Luz del Mundo. Y Nazón sigue siendo el apóstol hasta hoy. 5. La Luz del Mundo está fundada en Guadalajara, la capital del estado de Jalisco. 6. Hay muchas iglesias o localidades por los Estados Unidos, incluyendo California, Nueva York, Nevada, Texas, Georgia, Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey, y Washington, D.C. También otros muchos lugares. 7. La luz del mundo, la doctrina propagada por Aarón, Samuel y Nazón Joaquín García, el defendiente, enseña, según algunas otras cosas, que eso es muy importante y vamos a discutirlo, vamos a hacer en español primero y luego vamos a hacer en inglés, discutirlo. El apóstol directamente es escogido por Dios para ser el siervo de Dios en la tierra. B. El apóstol no puede pecar y por eso mismo nada que el apóstol haga es pecado. Estamos diciendo lo que la corte dice que la iglesia enseña, ¿ok? C. La única manera que los miembros de la luz del mundo obtengan a salvación eterna es siguiendo las enseñanzas del apóstol. Dios podría podría castigar eternamente, condenarte eternamente a cualquier persona que dude del apóstol, que no siga las enseñanzas del apóstol y que desafíe al apóstol. Ya los condenamos. D. Cualquiera que no sea miembro de la Iglesia de la Luz del Mundo es considerado un gentil y va a sufrir condenación eterna. Miembros de la Luz del Mundo están enseñados, the church are discouraged from associating, están enseñados a que no se asocien con personas que no sean miembros de esta iglesia. Si un miembro de esta iglesia se deja la iglesia, ellos no van a ser bienvenidos por otros miembros. Yéndose de la iglesia quiere decir perdiendo contacto con cualquier familia o miembro o amigos que siguen aún en la iglesia. F. Servir al apóstol y su familia es una bendición y puede llevarte a la salvación eterna. G. Miembros de la luz del mundo, se les prohíbe tener alguna relación cualquier relación fuera del matrimonio. Los miembros que se encuentran con alguna relación fuera del matrimonio han cometido pecado y fornicación y van a ser condenados, castigados. Eso. H. Miembros de la luz del mundo se les espera que den diezmos, una porción de su dinero de lo que ellos ganan a la iglesia de la luz del mundo y frecuentemente se espera que ellos hagan una ofrenda adicional en efectivo que beneficie al apóstol y la familia del apóstol. ¿Qué opinan, chicos? You want to go point by point and explain? You want to jump to the next one? Okay.
No, to our life.
Oh, okay, to our life. Bueno. Dando un poquito de la información. La rosca. Hoy es día 6, es cierto. Go ahead.
Can I go open my mic? Yeah, well, wanted to give a little introduction to who this organization is, and this document here gives a good indication of who this organization, the LLDM, is. It gives us the introduction of their beliefs and the way that that this organization works. Their inner works. It was a good when I was reading this document. I wanted to see how we can introduce the LLDM organization to the public, and this is a public. Once again, this is a document. It's presented. We're having reverb. Turn off that. So, No.
Sorry, guys, we're having a little bit of difficulty with our microphones. You want to use mine instead?
No, but there's a thing about it. You disconnected, or when you took it off, you disconnect yourself.
Oh.
Anyways, let me see. We can fix this. Hold on. See how you disconnect? No, the headset on here. Give us a minute.
Technical difficulties. Oh, it's catching it off over here. Hello. Go ahead. No?
All right, move that one. No, okay. No, we're not back. We're still having reverb. Hello. We'll use that one.
No? Yeah, I think that's going to be better. Sorry about that, guys. Can you hear us, though?
Yes, with Eris. We'll just use that. So,
Sorry.
yes, they hear us.
Okay.
We're live.
So you were saying, I'm
so-
sorry, I cut your concentration.
The StreamYard, you disconnect the Bluetooth and it throws everything off.
That was
She
smart.
decided to turn off her Bluetooth and it
Sorry.
threw everything off. But what I was saying is this, as we were looking how to introduce the organization to the public, this document here, that is a court document, gives a very well introduction to the La Luz del Mundo, or the Light of the World Church. It gives them an introduction of their beliefs and how their inner workings work. These 2 pages, the 2 pages that we read, gave a very good explanation. And just on base, I mean, those that were part of the Luz del Mundo, those were part of the organization, well, they know that that every one of these paragraphs that we read actually were things that we're confined to do. So we'll go on this document in a later date and go more in depth. But for right now, we wanted to do an introduction to who LLDM was, and that's why we presented the document, decided to read this part of the document as an introduction to LLDM, or La Luz del Mundo, and that's who we are.
Exactly. Somebody, I read one of the comments, and I don't know whose comment was that. I'm sorry, but I read that they said that this court document knows the light of the world better than some of the members.
Definitely, yes. It gave us an insight of who the LLDM Church is. Nos dio una entrada a quién es la luz del mundo, y por eso quisimos dar esta información en este documento, para que no sea de nosotros que estamos diciéndolo, pero un documento legal de la corte, de las cortes que hemos obtenido, que al leerlo da una buena definición, y sigue más adelante dando más definición de quién es la organización La Luz del Mundo, pero en este momento solamente vamos a dar una introducción. Fue una buena, para mí, una manera de introducir quién es La Luz del Mundo sin necesitar entrar tanto en detalles. Y todo eso se puede verificar, y los que son parte de La Luz del Mundo, son parte de nuestros amigos que son parte de La Luz del Mundo, pueden verificar que muchos de esos párrafos que leímos o que debemos de entender aquí, que sí son ciertas. Nos fuimos parte de esa organización, estamos abajo esas reglas, ¿verdad? Cada una de esas reglas. Bueno, vamos a seguir con nuestro podcast. Nuestro podcast va a ser hoy, en este día, hablando un poco de lo que es lo que sucede en las cárceles, donde está esta persona, Nazón, está encarcelado, dónde está encarcelado, cómo se mueven las cárceles, cómo se mueve esta información. También unos testimonios que les dan a la iglesia y no vamos a decir que no es cierto, pero tenemos preguntas que ustedes, la audiencia, puede hacer preguntas sobre esos videos, sobre esos audios de esta organización. Vamos a presentar estos audios que son de ellos, de esta organización. Una vez más, es información que ellos mismos han publicado, que ellos mismos han puesto en las redes sociales. Al momento que ellos lo publican en redes sociales, están expuestos que se puede obtener esos audios, esa información. Bueno,
Can say it in English?
a seguir aquí. Well, we're going to present some videos, some audio. First of all, we wanted to give an introduction to who the Luz del Mundo was. This is what this document brings us. I was looking at how can we bring it to the audience, and I found reading over the documents, this document here, it's a court document. It gave a very good definition of who the organization LLDM is and how all their inner workings work. This document actually goes on and gives a lot more details. But at this point, we will continue with our life, that we will bring today's life is going to be over talking about the incarceration where this one is incarcerated as of today. There's also the other members of his family where they are incarcerated. We will place some videos here that the same organization has posted on their own websites and on social media. These audios and videos, we obtained them once because they are public. The audios are public use. Once you post something on the internet or you transmit something on the internet, it becomes public use. As that we take the time to provide this information, and we're going to let you, the audience, listen to these audios, listen to what they say, and let the audience. We're here to let the audience make their own decision. It's our channel is about facts and fiction, and we will provide the information, and the audience is there to do their own investigation once again and see if it's facts or fiction. So here we go with our first audio, and then we will analyze it afterwards.
Okay, so here it is. We're gonna go ahead and show you the video where they're talking about, well, you'll see.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. Right here. I guess I'm supposed to play, huh?
Uh-huh.
But it's not playing.
Play right there.
Yeah, right there. And it's not playing.
How about removing it and reload it?
Okay.
Give us a minute. We're
Remember when you had this, so we're trying to figure out
the StreamYard.
this StreamYard. They say today? Tonight?
Mm-hmm.
No, this one right here. Down?
Yeah.
Ya no es.
Okay, here we go. Maybe we can try this one first. Oh, okay, it's rendering, I guess. Like somebody said.
Oh, boys, it was running earlier. Go ahead. Let's load the other one.
Okay.
Give us a minute here.
I promise. Okay, maybe this one. We can read it first. That's a stage. We're doing something wrong, guys. You guys that are very... Is it running? Maybe we should do this.
Oh, that's...
Ha.
None of the video want to play?
How about you guys like that picture? Well, it says it's running. Maybe until it goes all the way over here. Ha. No? I mean, we continue with our live if we could play this video. So we can continue with... ¿Qué dice Bill Indigno? The evil.
I know the evil spirits feeling Dino. They does not want us allow us to play this video. I guess.
No.
How about just sharing it like straight, just playing from over here?
How do you share that? One moment, guys. One moment. We're trying to figure it out. Is it in my... No. Hold on, guys. No. It was ready to play. Video file.
That one.
Horrible como un dolor de muela. I have no idea. What are we doing wrong? Okay. Remove and add to stage. Okay. Now, why is not playing? Anybody knows? Anybody can help us? When it says it's running, can you guys hear it?
No, sorry, no. No, you can hear us, but you cannot hear the watch. You cannot. The video does not play.
Son videos cargados. No se escucha nada. Terrible, es como un dolor de muela. Ahí se fue todo el video.
Now, like one loaded on top of another.
Okay, guys, just... Oh, I'm right there.
Where's the video? This one?
Mm-hmm. Okay, can somebody tell us what are we doing wrong? We uploaded. It says...
I think we're gonna have to go to Zoom.
Do we have
we're gonna have to go to Zoom to do this because this is not working like we loaded everything. We're ready to go.
Dice que está oscura la pantalla. Sí. Ahí está. Maybe.
No, the pantalla is oscura.
Okay. Es que la persona más hermosa está aquí.
Quítala.
Quítala. There. It's supposed to play right there. You guys that know how to do StreamYard, basically we upload it and then we put video file, went to where the movie's at, and then there. See, it's not coming out.
No,
There's
so-
the
well,
pantalla.
go ahead and talk into me. Let me.
Okay. Bueno, let me go ahead and continue. Basically, what we're gonna show, like the thing is that, okay, let me go ahead and go back to you guys. Here I am. Okay, here I am. He's gonna try to fix or try to figure out why we cannot show that the piece of the camera thing. But anyways, guys, for those of you, I'm gonna show you. Maybe I can show this one right now. A ver, let me see. Nope. What is going on? We're trying to play something here. Hola, hola. Bueno, me están diciendo que siga hablando y que dé saludos a todos. Así es que te voy a aprovechar ahorita rapidito. Bill Indigno, Adonai, Barbie. I saw Barbie over here somewhere. Como Sierva Veloz, Tía Madaí. Y what am I missing? Basically that. Say hi. Oh, okay, okay. This is how you show the. I'm learning, guys. I am learning. I promise. Okay, let me see. Unless I get back out and come back in. Let me do that real quick. Okay, just 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Recordando las palabras de su siervo en su aniversario de vida. Si la cárcel tuviera que pisar, no porque algo hubiera cometido él, no. Yo sé que tú no ocupas mi testimonio. En ese lugar, también déjame te platico, hay almas que ocupaban ser consoladas. Cuando llegan a visitar al apóstol del Señor, las propias personas que ahí están le dicen a los que le visitan, vienen con el pastor, sí, no se preocupen, nosotros estamos cuidando de él, no le va a pasar absolutamente nada. Un día, déjame te doy testimonio, un día estaba yo en Los Ángeles y llegó el hermano Marco, el hermano diácono local de ese lugar. No es la ciudad, no es la iglesia donde tu hermano está, solamente me había tocado estar unos días en guardia y llegaba un hermano, el hermano diácono, y me decía, hermano Joram, hay una persona, hay un gentil que lo está buscando. Preguntaba yo al hermano, ¿a mí, hermano? Sí. ¿Y usted lo conoce? ¿Es visita de aquí? No, hermano, nunca lo había visto. Pero llegó preguntando por usted, nos dio su nombre completo, dice que preguntáramos por usted. Le dije por aquel temor, hermano, pues véngase, lo bueno es que era hora de oración. Le digo, acompáñeme, vamos a ver quién será. Y ya llego yo y me dice, mire, es él. Y me dice aquella persona, oiga, usted se llama Joram. Sí, yo soy. Es que me mandó aquí una persona, dice, un pastor, yo vengo saliendo de la cárcel, de la prisión de Chino. ¿Usted conoce a alguien que se llama Nazón Joaquín? ¿Cómo no? Es mi padre en la fe. Es el apóstol de Jesucristo. Mire, me dijo, yo estuve en la cárcel unos meses por algo. Y como su falta era leve, él era la persona encargada de repartir los alimentos. Y yo estuve ahí con el hermano Nazón y repartía los alimentos. Trataba de apurarme, de acabar lo más pronto. Ahí se come a las 6 de la tarde. Trataba de repartirlo lo más pronto, porque el hermano Nazón a las 8 de la noche da su estudio. Le digo, ¿cuál estudio? Él a veces se hinca y canta. Dice, cuando está solito, porque a veces nos encierran, él solito. Ahí lo tienen en el último lugar del corredor y todos lo están escuchando entonar sus alabanzas. Pero hay otras veces que nos dejan sueltos un tiempo más y ahí corre un grupito y por eso me apresuro para ver si alcanzo todavía a entrar. A veces cantamos, otras veces lo encontramos sentado en su cama y nosotros nos sentamos en el piso y empieza a hablarnos. Y cuando supo que iba a salir, me dijo que viniera a este lugar, me dio más o menos las direcciones y me dijo que preguntara por usted. Ya lo presenté con el hermano José y en la próxima oportunidad que hubo de hablar con el apóstol de Dios, le dije, varón de Dios, llegó esta persona y su rostro se iluminó. Sí llegó, sí, varón de Dios, llegó. ¿Quién es? Y se lo encargaste al ministro, al hermano José. Sí, varón de Dios, ya están visitándolo, ya está yendo con toda su familia. ¿Quién es? Es uno de mis miembros. No, no está formando una iglesia. Ahí tiene él ya su iglesia. Pero no hay agua. Él es el que no necesita agua. Pero no hay ministros para hacer avivamientos. Él es como Pablo, quien puede imponer las manos y dar la prenda del Espíritu Santo. A uno de sus compañeros, ¿cómo le dolió? No solo al varón de Dios, a ese compañero. Se lo llevaron una noche sin avisarle y su grande tristeza. El siervo de Dios lo dijo en una carta, que aquel hombre gritaba, díganle a Joaquín, díganle a García, despídanme de él, díganle que lo voy a extrañar. Y lo transfirieron a otra prisión. Tiempo después, porque él está purgando una condena muy larga. Tiempo después, a ese hombre que fue compañero del apóstol de Dios, se encontró con un hermano en esa nueva prisión. Aquel hermano había cometido una falta y platicando con él se dieron cuenta que ambos conocían al varón de Dios y el hermano se dio cuenta que él era el que el siervo de Dios había testificado. Le había llamado el ruso en una de sus cartas y había testificado de él y cómo le había dolido su partida. Y se abrazaron y dice aquel hermano y le dijo esa persona, ese preso, ¿cómo me duele no haberme despedido del hermano García? Pero yo le pido a Dios un día volverme a encontrar con él, que me trasladen a mí o que lo trasladen a él, pero yo quiero volver a estar con él. Y le dice aquel hermano, no, ¿qué estás haciendo? Ni se te ocurra. Allá afuera vemos miles que le estamos pidiendo al Señor que salga. Y le dijo aquel hombre, pues aquí adentro vemos muchos que le estamos pidiendo que no se nos vaya, porque Él es nuestro consuelo.
Lo que acabamos de escuchar, lo voy a poner una vez más, pero lo voy a poner sin el audio, porque lo vamos a analizar en inglés primero y luego después lo vamos a analizar en español. Tú dime cuándo pare.
Go ahead and review. Press start again.
Ok. Si quieres te lo leo en inglés. Dice, remembering the words of his servant on his anniversary of life. Ok, está hablando, quiero que sepan que está hablando en este video Joram, la persona que está ahorita detenida en Nueva York. Correct?
Sí, exacto.
Okay, so this is Joram, the nephew of the apostle of God. And we're gonna say it in English first, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about it in Spanish. Estaba leyendo unos comentarios también quiero leer esos comentarios de lo que están diciendo. Este tipo de video se lo están poniendo o se lo pusieron en un tiempo a la organización, a los miembros, y una persona que pensante, no quiero ofender a nadie, pero una persona pensante, aquí mismo en los comentarios ya estamos viendo diferentes cosas que se dijeron que no va. Dice, the words of his servant and his anniversary of life. Okay.
If I was to set a foot in a jail,
Mm-hmm.
not because he had committed something,
No.
no, I know that you do not occupy my testimony. Also, let me tell you.
Okay, so basically, what he's saying.
So basically, little context to those that once again I will be giving context of what are they talking about in this video, and we'll be trying to explain a little bit of where what Joram. A little bit. Joram is the one that's speaking here. Joram is the one that is right now incarcerated in Brooklyn, in the Southern New York District of Correctional facility in Brooklyn. He's Joram Nunes, and he's the one giving this testimony. This testimony is giving it to the church, where in one of the churches in California, where he was telling the members that his uncle here, Nason Joaquin Garcia, at this time that we're looking here, at the time his uncle has stated on his birthday, on his 50th birthday, that if he was one day incarcerated, if he was one day set foot in a jail cell, or in a prison, or in incarcerated, he was gonna feel that prison or that jail with members. He was gonna preach his word. He was a preach the word of God, and he was gonna tell them that he's the apostle, and he was gonna feel that prison or that jail.
But he's saying, remember, not that he did anything. I don't even have to talk about it. Basically, out of sudden, right away he's saying it's not true.
Right, yeah, right away he's stating to the members there that it's not true, that what he's being accused of, it's not.
It's like, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Yes, he's not want to talk about. But let me tell you the testimony. His uncle said, but he just wanted to give a testimony.
Right. So let me tell you.
The souls are who you needed to be consoled.
There are souls who needed to be consoled.
I'm sorry. There are souls who needed to be consoled.
Angel.
When they come to visit the apostle of the Lord, the people who are there tell those
who come.
They
tell them, you come to see the pastor?
To the pastor, you come to his pastor.
Let me read it real quick. Yes, don't worry. We are taking care of him. Absolutely nothing is going to happen to him. That's what they tell him. And then he says, one day, let me give you a testimony. That's what Joram told him. Let me give you a testimony. One day, I was at Los Angeles, and Brother Marco arrived, the deacon of that place. It's not my city. It's not the church that your brother is at, he tells them. And then he says, I had only been on guard there for a few days. So he came to Los Angeles to come and, I guess, guard, visit them or whatever. And then when he came, a brother arrived, and the brother deacon told me, Brother Joram, there is one person. There's a Gentile who is looking for you. I asked the brother, he is looking for me, brother? And you know him? Is it a visit from here? And the brother said, no, brother, never. I have never seen him before. But he came and asking for you. Gave us your full name, and he says that for we to ask for you. Then I told him with fear. You hear that? I told him with fear. Like, okay, I guess let's go. Come with me. The good thing is that it was time for a prayer. So Joram was a little bit scared was looking for me. Let's go find out. So he took him with him. I say, join me, brother. Let's see who it is. Who will it be? And I'm coming, and he tells me, look, it's him. And that person tells me, hey, your name is Joram? Yes, I am. And then this guy says, he sends me there or here. A place, a pastor I'm coming out from Chino prison. I was like, a pastor sent him there. Do you know anyone named Nason Joaquin? And then he says, of course, it's my father in faith. Is the apostle of Jesus Christ. He told me I was in jail for a few months for something. And as his full aside, he was the person in charge of distributing the food and was there with Nason and deliver his food. Basically, that's what he's saying. I was trying to hurry to finish as soon as possible because there you eat at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I would try to distribute it as fast as possible because Brother Nason at 8 o'clock in the evening gives his studio, well, his studies. I asked, which study? Preguntó Joram, which study? He sometimes kneels down and sings, he said. When he's alone, because sometimes they lock us in. And then he says, he alone is there at the end of the hallway, and everyone is listening to him singing his hymns. So they say Nason is at the end of the hallway, and he's always singing his hymns. Oh, actually, not always, at 8 o'clock. But there are, and sometimes they let us loose for a little longer. And there runs a small group that's why I rush to see if I can have a chance to still enter. Sometimes I get the time, other times we found himself sitting on his bed, and we sit on the floor, and he starts talking to us. And when he knew that I was coming out, basically he told me to come to this place, gave him more or less directions. He gave me more or less directions and told me to ask for you. So I already had presented to Brother Josue, and next time that I had the chance to talk to the apostle of the Lord, he was going to go back and tell him about it. This person arrived, and the next time that he went to visit the Lord, he told him, Joram told Nason, this person arrived and his face lit up. Basically, he got very, very happy and very excited. And then he says, he arrived? Yes, man of God, he arrived. And then he says, who is he? Le dijo Joram. Well, he came to visit, and he said, did I do that? Hold on. I was trying to hurry. Yeah, sometimes we sing with him, and the other times we play. Then we sit on the floor. I already said that, and starts talking to us. And when he knew I was going to leave, he told me to come to this place, give me more or less directions. He told me to ask for you, so I'm already presented with Brother Josuel. And the next time I went to see the apostle of God, I told him, man of God, this person arrived, and his face lifted up, the servant of God. He arrived? Yes. Man of God, he arrived. Who is he? And did you entrusted him to the ministers? Se lo llevó con los ministros. And then he said, Brother Josue, yes, man of God. He already visited. He already going with, we're going to see his family. And then he asked again, Joram asked again, brother, who is he? And Nason contestó, it's one of my members. And then it's not that he was going to create a church there. He already has a church there, le dijo Nason a Joram. And basically, Joram asks back to him, where's the water? Como dijo,
where did he get baptized?
Where did he get baptized?
Right, where's the water get baptized? How did he receive the Holy Spirit?
And then it says right here that he doesn't need no water. And then Joram asked, well, I mean, there's no ministers to make revivals. And then they said, well, like Apostle Pablo, he can only lay hands on him, and then they receive the Holy Spirit. Exactly. And then he says that because, and one of his partners says, not okay, this is the second testimony about the Russo, but basically what is your feedback about what is happening here? He went to see him. They telling the members that he's sitting down, basically singing and talking to the reclusos. How about Russo?
well, huh? What information we want to get from here, from this part of the video here, is that uh, to analyze the to analyze the video, is that we wanted to bring that video showing that the members are told that that the man of God is building a church. He was at this time he was in Chino, California. He was building a church. He has his members. He doesn't need water to baptize them. He does not need him, because he's the apostle. Basically, that's what that the testimonies here is, that because he's the apostle, he has the authority to, just like Pablo did, to lay hands and they receive the Holy Spirit. And because he's the apostle, he's basically stating that he can forgive their sins, and they don't need a baptism. And in this case, this member, according to the testimony that Joran was giving to the church, he came to the church looking for the church because he was now a member of the Luz del Mundo. The question I want to come out of this is, while we worked in Berea, we were sent out to receive, and anytime there was a testimony someone had to give, we were sent to record these testimonies. When we traveled to Guadalajara, and testimony that I had was arriving in Guadalajara. These members had a difficult time arriving to Guadalajara. They were involved in an accident. They were involved in a very serious situation. Well, they survived. So the first thing we went and found we in the middle of the night. We're talking about 2-3 in the morning, waking up members, trying to find this family that survived, and just to get their testimony, and being part of Berea. Well, we were sent out to do this kind of work to get these testimonies, right? So my question here is on this video is, if this person does exist, if this person is out there, the church itself is always putting out videos or looking for ways to tell the audience, look, there's a testimony here. Look, here's a person that came out. I mean, I believe if this person did exist, I mean, this is the question you need to ask: does this person really exist? Because in my point of view, in our experience being part of La Luz del Mundo, we will go out and any testimony that really emphasized to the church or to the world, that trying to show that this church is the true church. Well, we try to capture those testimonies, and here we see this testimony that's given by Joram Nunes. But at the same time, my question, and now to the public, is, where is this member? Does anybody in California? I've been looking for the information. Where did this member go? Where did this supposedly person that got saved by Nason, and he came out and he went looking for the church? Where's his name? Where his whereabouts? This is the question to ask, and that's the reason we're playing this video, because the church was told that by once again by Nason, when he was in his 50th birthday, he stood up and said that if one day I incarcerated, he was gonna fill the jail and
the members, the jail.
He was gonna fill
With the Evangelio?
The jail cells, or the full of members, and he was gonna. So here, what I see is they're just trying to tell the members and keep the members
gaslighting, like you said,
believing that the apostle was giving his testimony. And then the second part of this video, there's another question I would like to ask is, it talks about a Russian guy, a Russian inmate, and that Russian the Nason, the apostle of this organization, the Luz del Mundo. Well, he talked to this Russian, right? And he tells him that, and he preaches to him. He believes in the apostle. He goes and he moves on because they move on to another prison. He meets this other inmate that supposedly belongs to the church, right? And in this case, that member starts telling that member, well, we know the Nason has a lot of followers. So the question I would like to leave here with the audience and is, if Nason has all these members in Chino, California, where he was in prison before,
What happened to those members?
now that he has moved on, right? Now that he has moved on
To New York.
To the southern district of New York and Brooklyn, and he's incarcerated now in Brooklyn at a federal prison. Where are those ministers? Are those ministers going out there? That's the question I'm asking here. I'm just asking questions. The information here is, I'm not saying is fiction, but if there's facts, where are these ministers? Are these ministers attending to these prisoners, these inmates that Nason left at Chino, California?
Now, like you said, we as members of Berea, there was nothing that we could miss. I mean, we were ready for the cameras. They better be charged. We were ready with all this equipment, ready to run whenever something new was going on. So the moment that there is, let's say, let me give you an example. For example, this guy arrives to this church, okay? This is the thing that literally will happen, or it should happen, or I don't know if it's still happening. Maybe they changed the rules of Berea and we don't know. But literally, as soon as that person arrived and he's talking about the servant of God, somebody is going to run and get a camera and bring it, or take out a cell phone and start recording, because guess what? We can show this to the church so the church can understand that something is going on in Chino. So the question is this person true? Is he really came and talked to to Joram and told him that the servant of God said to come and look for him? Or is it something that it was made up? And like you said, even if it was not made up, let's say that it happened. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt that it happened. Who ran to get the camera to show the world that a Russian guy, if it was a Russian, maybe his name was only Russo, maybe, but who did not? I mean, really, the church doesn't move unless there's a camera.
I mean, the reason I have these questions is because we ran many times to get a camera to capture a testimony or anyone that had something great to say about the apostle. If somebody had a comment or said that any positive comment towards the church, and they did not belong to the church, and they were not a member of the church, we ran and got a camera. We did an interview together many times. We did it here. It comes to mind. It comes to mind. There was a wrestler that out of Laredo, Texas, and he started talking. He started wearing NJG all over his trunks, his mask, and he was going around saying that he believed in Nason. And what did we do? We ran to Laredo. We picked up the camera. We ran. We did it on our own time to go capture that wrestler. Right? We wanted that wrestler. And then we put it on Berea News. We publicized it on different websites and gave his testimony that he believed in Nason. He believed, and he eventually in the massive baptisms they had worldwide, those that were part of the LLDM organization, there was a worldwide baptisms. Well, he came and he got baptized. Mm-hmm. But then we interviewed him afterwards, because once again, we had to get his interview of how he felt getting baptized and being part of the LLDM organization. And so the reason we play this video is to kind of give, open your mind, trying to open up the audience mind and say, where is this person? Why is there no video? Why is there no real testimony except for the person that's giving this testimony? His name is Joram Nunes. He's at this time incarcerated along with his uncle Nason, and he's incarcerated in Brooklyn at the
Metropolitan Detention Center.
At the South New York Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Sorry,
Exactly.
I'm getting my words here. But the point of this video was that
Just want to make you think.
that want to make the audience think and say, is this fact or is it fiction? And that is a question that the members or that are there should be asking. Who's this person is? Don't let ourselves just go by because a minister or a member stood up and said this testimony and then take it to fact.
He's mentioning about the soccer player as well from Costa Rica.
Right. There's a soccer player from Costa Rica.
How about the lady that
we also went to interview a boxer.
A boxer,
The boxer
as well?
that we met her in Guadalajara. We sat with her. We interviewed her.
Basically, the new things that happens, we're on top of it.
And the reason we brought this up because we're part of Berea and we did this kind of work and we want to kind of put a question out there. Is this person exist? If these persons do exist, then where is this organization loves to publish and put out anything
I think we would have met Russo by now and his family because he
Yes.
says that they already went to talk to the family and they're coming to church to visit. So if anybody there in California
that
in
knows who
Los Angeles, please let us know. Share with us some pictures
I've been
because
looking for
we
information.
need to know who he is because
no one seems to know who this person is.
Okay, le voy a decir un poquito en español rápidamente.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Rápidamente, lo que estamos tratando de explicar con este video es que como miembros de la organización y como miembros de Berea, estábamos impuestos a correr, a buscar cámaras, a traer equipo. Incluso si no tienes oportunidad de una cámara, sacas un celular inmediatamente y vas y buscas a la persona y vas a la entrevista a la persona, porque acuérdense que esa persona vino de la cárcel. Entonces es una persona muy importante a los ojos de Nason en ese momento. Entonces era como automáticamente era salir, agarrar una cámara, traerla a esa persona, tomarle, hacerle la entrevista, que la persona diga, así como lo hicieron en Guadalajara con la señora Guillén, Guille, igualito. O sea, si hubiera corrido, agarrar una cámara, la trajeron hasta el estudio de Berea. La trajeron hasta el estudio de Berea, esa señora. O sea, igual es lo mismo,
Exacto.
hubieran hecho lo mismo.
Right.
Hubieran traído a esa persona, a su familia, entrevistarlos y el mundo sabe que esa persona automáticamente viene de la cárcel de Chino, California.
Right.
Entonces la pregunta
you're remembering that lady that they interviewed in Guadalajara, that she stated that she knew Nason and that she had a good testimony for him. And not only did they interview her on the streets of Guadalajara, they also took her into the studio in Guadalajara and interviewed her there. And for a while, she was like a superstar. Because they had her everywhere. Every time I open up.
Señora la entrevistaron.
Every time I open up a web page or a Facebook page or that
ella estaba saliendo. Entonces, como una persona el punto es, ¿será verdad este video? ¿Dónde están las entrevistas? ¿Dónde están los videos donde se fuera a preguntar qué le dijo el apóstol y cómo era? Y la persona sentada, no, es que hacía esto. ¿Por qué no existen esos videos? Pregúntate, ¿por qué no existen esos videos donde esta persona ruso o la persona que salió corriendo y a buscar a Joram y le dijo que le mandaba una información o que le mandara a buscar al apóstol? ¿Por qué no hay una entrevista donde esté sentado diciendo, es que ustedes no saben, yo le servía, yo le llevaba su comida, yo corría apurándome para correr, para ir a buscarlo, para darle comer a todo rápido, porque a las 8 de la noche él se sentaba en su cama y todos los demás reos se sentaban adentro, a un lado, y es el siguiente video que vamos a enseñar, que se sentaba a un lado para escuchar la palabra, así como Jesucristo se sentaba ahí en una...
Yes,
y-
kind of.
así
I
se me
kind
figuró
of
cuando escuché este video.
going over these videos. It kind of gives me a sense that they try to paint the apostle and also Joaquin Garcia, the man that's being
Like sitting down
that they
and
want to paint him
talking
like if
to,
he's talking to
yeah.
like the Bible, right? The apostles sit down. Jesus Christ came and talked to the members, and everybody sat around, and at the moment that he was going to speak, everybody listened, right?
Exactly.
And the way that they paint him or try to portray him, not paint him, portray him in these audios and basically you're talking to the church, right? And I'm talking to the church members on this video, and I'm talking to the members that are still there to question themselves. Once again, question yourselves: is this facts or is this fiction?
Yes, and question yourself, where are those videos?
Go ahead.
Bueno,
we'll try to cue the other video that we have. Hopefully it plays. But
okay.
yes, that's what we want. Kind of give introduction to what's going on and kind of question. Always question. We need to question what goes on. That's the main thing. We were told not to question while we were there. We were told not to ask questions, not just take it as what it was, right? What it is what it is, and you walked away and don't question. And many times I did that. I went and asked questions, and then they turned me away with saying you're going too deep, or you think too much, or you drawing to conclusions, but it's not the way you. And they would turn me away, but I never got a definite answer. And the whole thing is I've always looked for answers for everything that is said. I always look for documents. I always look for if it's true or not. And that's why we decided we've been talking about this podcast, and we should open up a podcast. What should it be about? And my belief is that we should always talk with the truth. And if the truth is by bringing documents, by bringing the truth is always will be the truth, right?
Exactly.
And that's who we are. We as a couple, we always believe that the truth is, and that's what we taught our kids. Our kids, we taught our kids to say the truth. I mean, and we tell them there's nothing in this world you can do. There's nothing in this world you can do that no one else has done it. So there's no reason for you to say or try to lie to us, because all we can do is work things out. Why go crazy and get upset over something that can be worked out? I mean, what else can somebody do? Somebody do in this world? Everything that has been done in this world, somebody else has done it. So
exactly.
That's my point of view of how I believe things should be done. Anyways,
well, let me play this.
Let me play the video.
Let me play the video. This video is another, and we're not gonna go too much into this one. We're just gonna listen to it and then talk a little bit about it, and then we'll go show the video of where he was and where he is right now. Got it?
Recordando las palabras de su siervo en su aniversario de vida. Si la cárcel tuviera que pisar, no porque algo hubiera cometido él, no.
We already played that.
Yeah, we already played that one. Let me go ahead and
get the next one on cue.
Yes, let me get. Creo que es este. Este.
Ya no está en prisión, ya salió. Bendito sea el Señor. Estos testimonios se seguirán manifestando. Enseguida otro, en las mismas circunstancias y de la misma manera. A este ya le habían dicho que en 15 días. ¿Sería que el otro le platicó? No sé, no sabemos. ¿Sería que el otro le dijo? ¿Le sugirió? ¿Por qué no vas? En un caso o en el otro, sería lo mismo. Él creyó, fue. Y estando su familia allí, estando su familia en el día que le visita a la familia, llegó y lo interrumpió en la visita familiar. Te interrumpo. Perdóname, García, así le dicen unos. Otros le dicen Joaquín. García, perdóname que te interrumpa, sé que es tu familia, sé que viene tu familia, pero tengo 15 días de vida solamente. Ya me dijeron que en 15 días seré ejecutado. Pero yo creo en tu oración, García. Yo creo en tu oración, García. Yo sé que eres de Dios. Hermano, a los 8 días le llegó la notificación que había sido condonado. Muchos se preguntan por qué. Nosotros sabemos por qué. Y que haga mi papeleo ya para quedar libre. No solo condenado de la pena, perdonado de la pena de muerte. No solo le condonaron esta pena, no, sino que también que tramitara ya su libertad. No es uno, fueron 2 en ese sentido. Y ha habido más testimonios de esta manera. A Dios la gloria desde ahora y para siempre. Dios siga bendiciendo a su siervo. Siga hablando por él. Siga en su defensa. Y nosotros tenemos esa confianza que Dios seguirá con él. Que Dios estará a su lado porque es su escogido.
Okay, guys. Once again,
Another
this-
audio, video that will, once again, the question is, he was liberated, right? He's saying that he was liberated. He was
not condemned.
here it was
Convicted.
talking about 2 persons that were condemned. They were condemned to be
To die.
to be executed, and we actually got only the second testimony of the second. What eventually in this audio prior, there was two persons that were to be condemned to be executed, and they went. This one testimony here that we emphasize on is saying that this inmate went, and the apostle was visiting with his family, and he went and he bothered him. He said, "Excuse me, you are a man of God." So he asked for his prayer, and he had 15 days to live because he was going to be executed. Within a few days later, well, the testimony that this minister was giving is that this person was liberated and he was set free from, because he believed in the prayer of the apostle, right? He believed that he be in the apostle prayer. Well, we're not going to question if he did or not, believed or but the reason we play this video is, once again, is this person came out, this person gave this testimony, alive.
Where is he?
Once again, where is this person? The question and reason we're playing this video is, where is this person? Why is he not being presented to the church? What is his name? Where can anyone find him? Once again, I investigated, I looked, I asked, and no one knows about him. All they know is a testimony. A testimony was given at this moment in time in this church that this man was, these 2 men, it was 2 actually, that were condemned to be executed, and because of the prayer of the apostle, they are now liberated. They are now living free in this world.
Mhm.
But where are their testimonies? Wouldn't this testimony be out on the
Social media
on social
somewhere.
media,
Even on their website.
websites? There will be. I mean, they do all these different events and post on their websites, on their Facebook pages, on their Instagrams, anything that they do. But these testimonies that are a great impact, they are a great impact for the church and for the church members. But where are those? Does people exist? Once again, is this fact or is it fiction? If it's
Exactly.
facts, well, where is this person? Where is this testimony? Why haven't we seen this person in real life and been interviewed and we can now say, oh yeah, he does exist.
And one of our subscribers, Bill Indigno, is asking, is he able to free his cellmates out of death sentence, but he can't free himself? This is one of the questions that they're asking.
Well, once again, Billy, that's a great question because that's what this channel is all about. Is about asking questions, and if you want to take that it's a fact that he liberated, right? Let's go a little bit deeper, right? If he did liberate it and he prayed so that these two, taking their own testimony, we're taking their testimony that he prayed and this man believed and he was liberated from execution, right? And then you have the Russian that also believed, and then you have the other one that also was part of his ministry in Chino, California. Well, that's a true question. Why hasn't he not liberated his mother or his nephew, right? Those are questions to be asked, and that's all we come here to kind of put that question out there. Is this are these information that they're putting out on their social media, on their to their members, to the organization? Is it true? Is it just made up stories? That's why we were, once again, is it a fact or is it a fiction?
Russo says that maybe the Russo went already back to Russia, and that is why we haven't heard from him. Hi, Russo.
I don't know but that's what this, like, once again, this podcast, we're going to bring questions, we're going to be asking. We're not making conclusions. All we're asking is, if this is true, where can we find the truth, right? Where can we find this information? Where do these people do exist, and where are they at now? And
I'm sorry, I was really indignant.
Well,
okay, guys. Let's go a little bit more faster because we still have 2 more videos to show you. But the next one that I'm going to show you is where was Nason taken after he was ¿cómo se dice?
when he was
Arrested.
No, when he was arrested,
The one in Chino.
Chino, okay.
In
When he
Chino.
was first declared that he was guilty.
And the reason why we're going to show this video is because it doesn't seem to me that he's able to. I want to talk a little bit about the difference between the state prison and the federal prison. But in this one, the state prison, like I said, we're going to give him because we don't have a lot of information about the state, but we do know that it's not going to happen in the federal prison. This is Chino, or Los Angeles, when he first was arrested, and this is the conditions that he was under. So let me show you.
Massive building on the western edge of Brooklyn, just off the East River, within sight of the Statue of Liberty. The MDC is currently the only federal correctional facility in all of New York City, and it has a history of overcrowding.
This one. Just 1 second, not that one yet.
Para la audiencia que estaba escuchando lo que estamos diciendo anteriormente en el otro video del por qué tocamos el video o ponemos el video ese del testimonio de los 2 personas que estaban citados, sentenciados para ser
¿Muertos? ¿Condenados? ¿Convictos?
No, la palabra en español es
Death row.
Estaban en cita para morir, para
ser ejecutados.
Ejecutados. Y según eso, tenían unos 15 días para morir y estaban en su sentencia. Y la razón que ponimos ese video es para que la membresía haga sus preguntas, ¿verdad? Que hagan unas preguntas de si estas personas sí existen. La razón que estamos poniendo esos videos del ruso y de esas personas que están carceladas, y como dijo el dirigente de esa organización, que él iba a inundar las cárceles con muchos miembros, con muchos nuevos miembros, y la pregunta que yo razón que lo ponemos esos videos de ellos es que si es realidad que esas personas existen, bueno, para nosotros que estamos en Berea, cuando salía una persona, alguien que daba un testimonio sobre la iglesia o sobre el dirigente de la iglesia, pues corríamos y lo grabamos y ponemos ese testimonio en las páginas y las redes sociales de la iglesia, ¿verdad?
Ujú.
En este momento yo he estado buscando
Buscando y
y
buscando.
preguntando y quién
Es-
es estas personas, quién existen, porque según esos testimonios los dieron a la iglesia, que estas personas existen y que esas personas, pero bueno, son buenos testimonios, estaban condenados a
a
morir
muerte y salieron.
y salieron
O a lo
y
mejor son como esos de esos de los que tenían leprosos que los perdonó y que nunca regresaron, nomás uno regresó a dar las gracias.
pero uno de ellos regresó. Y el que regresó a la iglesia y que buscó a Joram y le contó que él fue salvado por el-
La oración de él.
la oración
Y
de
no solamente él, toda su familia.
y toda su familia, pues lo único que estamos haciendo es que se pregunten de
Haciendo
realidad.
conciencia, mi
La
gente,
conciencia
conciencia.
es realidad, lo que dice, lo que está diciendo es o no es realidad. Porque este canal se trata de eso, sí. Vamos a traer información y ver, y la pregunta que para la audiencia siempre va a ser, ¿es facts or is it fiction?
Mhm. Now we're going to show you this video, excuse me, this video of Los Angeles jail, so you can see how the conditions and what's going on, what happening over there, or what is it about. There you go.
Nueva York es una de las prisiones federales más importantes y controvertidas de Estados Unidos. Alberga a hombres y mujeres de todos los niveles de peligrosidad. Por sus pasillos han caminado narcotraficantes, mafiosos y terroristas de alto perfil mundial. Así es, el Centro de Detención Metropolitano, el que este fin de semana recibió a Nicolás Maduro en la cárcel también conocida como el infierno en la tierra.
From inmates getting into bloody fights to a correctional officer accused of smuggling in drugs.
Algunos jueces se han negado a enviar detenidos a este centro debido a sus condiciones.
To hell on earth where chaos reigns.
Así es catalogada esta prisión que tiene una de las peores reputaciones en ese país. El Metropolitan Detention Center, titulado por medios como el lugar donde reina el caos, acumula denuncias de apuñalamientos mortales, falta de personal, gusanos en la comida, infraestructura deteriorada y duras condiciones de vida en sus celdas.
One guy was stabbed in the eye with a makeshift knife. And there's stabbings at least a couple times a week.
Ubicada en el barrio de Sunset Park, al sur de Brooklyn, está localizada de forma estratégica entre oficinas de la Fiscalía y tribunales. Opera desde los 90 con vigilancia de punta, rodeada de barricadas de acero, con la capacidad de frenar la fuerza de 7 toneladas. Se estima que actualmente alberga a 1.336 presos de distintas nacionalidades.
A razor and a makeshift knife. Cockroaches in the food. Mold
So we get fungus in here.
in the shower.
En su interior, una de las zonas más severas está ubicada en el piso 10, la división de internamiento especial para reclusos de alto perfil o problemáticos, donde los reos pasan 23 horas al día en sus celdas de 6 por 3 metros. Pero también hay áreas opuestas como 4 Norte, una unidad específica con condiciones más flexibles que las celdas tradicionales, con televisores, microondas o lugares para ejercicios. Centro que albergó, por ejemplo, a Joaquín Chapo Guzmán, miembros de Al Qaeda arrestados tras los atentados del 11 de septiembre de 2001, o Ghislaine Maxwell, pareja del fallecido Jeffrey Epstein, quien comparó el Centro de Detención Metropolitano con la del personaje ficticio de Aníbal Lecter en El Silencio de los Inocentes.
Ella ha sido objeto de abuso físico y emocional por parte de los funcionarios penitenciarios, condiciones de vida deficientes e insalubres, nutrición insuficiente, dificultades para revisar los millones de documentos de descubrimiento legal en el caso de su contra y privación del sueño.
Nicolás Maduro arribó a esta cárcel estadounidense, donde compartirá espacio con reclusos como Sean Diddy Combs, Ismael El Mayo Zambada, cofundador del cartel de Sinaloa, Rafael Caro Quintero, del cartel de Guadalajara, o Luigi Mangione. Pero el infierno en la tierra no solo protagoniza portadas por las figuras que alberga, sino también por la violencia en su interior. A inicios de milenio, la mano derecha de Osama Bin Laden apuñaló a un guardia con un peine, o el hecho más reciente, cuando en 2024 uno de sus reos murió apuñalado.
What some say are freezing conditions on the other side of these walls.
Su mayor controversia fue en 2019, año en que un incendio eléctrico dejó sin luz ni calefacción a esta prisión, cuando el termómetro alcanzaba 16 grados bajo cero. Los reos golpearon las ventanas para pedir ayuda, desatando un caos dentro y fuera del recinto. Se espera que Nicolás Maduro permanezca en este recinto penitenciario mientras dure su proceso judicial en Estados Unidos, país que lo acusa de conspiración narcoterrorista y posesión de armas de fuego. El nuevo interno del Centro de Detención Metropolitano, que pasó del Palacio de Miraflores al infierno en la tierra.
Okay. Right away, I'm going to go ahead and put this other video. And he talks about the same thing. And then we're just going to talk about it real quick. Because I know time is going slow here. But let me show this one.
Houses about 1,300 federal inmates. The MDC is a massive building on the western edge of Brooklyn, just off the East River within sight of the Statue of Liberty. The MDC is currently the only federal correctional facility in all of New York City, and it has a history of overcrowding. It currently houses about 1,300 federal inmates. The facility is notorious for brutal conditions: poor sanitation, frequent power outages and losses of heat in winter, inadequate medical services. 2 inmates were killed at the MDC in 2024, and in March 2025, DOJ charged MDC inmates and a prison guard with acts of violence and with running a contraband smuggling operation inside the prison. Federal judges have described conditions at the MDC as barbaric and contemptuous of human dignity. Some judges have refused to send people to the MDC, granting bail or reduced sentences because of conditions at the facility. A Bureau of Prisons spokesperson told CNN in 2024 that BOP had taken steps to increase staffing and to address hundreds of outstanding maintenance issues that had not been resolved. The official said that Bureau of Prisons would continue to work to improve conditions at the prison.
Manhattan courtroom, standing a
the arrest of Maduro. Now the media has paid more attention to these to the facility where the director of the Luz del Mundo organization is at, and they have given us more of an insight. Right, they brought us an insight to where he's being held and incarcerated, which is Nason, and his nephew Oram is also incarcerated in the same prison. And the conditions and if before the conditions he's in is they're very terrible, right? They're not sanitized. They're not as these reports were given out as lately as now that Maduro, as the persons that are following the case of Maduro. Well, he was recently arrested and he was taken to the same prison that Nason and Joram are being held at. And we wanted to give this information, is any information that is now being told to the organization, to the church members, the members, is that well, he doesn't have as much communication maybe as the one when he was in Chino, California, right? And now it's just keep an open mind of where he's at. Keep an open mind of where he's being held, and it's not as a very nice place where he's at. Even though in his recent letters he says he's fine, he's doing okay, but based on his new evidence that has been coming out from where he's being detained, well, they're not sanitary. I mean, who's okay by sleeping in a metal bed? Who's okay to use a restroom, a metal a restroom? You know, it's cold, and watching some of these news documentaries, they're stating that this mainly kept cold, and these they're only given a single blanket. And don't have access to much at all. They're always under at this location that he's at now. He's being watched over very vigilant. They're vigilant on his whereabouts and what he does, because as we know, he is a highly guarded person. I mean, yes. he was already condemned to 16 years, 8 months, right? So he
remember that he already had pleaded guilty,
right?
And that's a thing that we were gonna show you a video of California, but for some reason I did not loaded it. So I ended up showing you the conditions that he is in New York at this moment. And what he was saying is that we were able to see through the Maduro case where was he taken to, and they're specifying more the conditions of the jail. But the point is, or that we want to make you think, it's that maybe, and just maybe, everything that happened before with these testimonies that we shared with you, maybe that was true, Okay, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt that it was true. What we want to show you, we want to tell you that from now on, moving forward, if you hear any of these testimonies, they're not true, because according to federal prison, there is no religion at all. They're not based. It's not permitted. Singing any religion is not permitting. Gathering together to do like consagraciones and all that is not allowed. So basically, if you hear from now on any information or any of these testimonies that he is invading the church with a prison. I'm sorry, they're invading the prison with the evangelio. It's not happening. It's not true. Based on what we see here, and he's very, like I say, what we need to find out is if he is in the 10th floor. Though. Do you hear about the 10th floor? That's where the more high inmates, like with more higher how do you say it? Profiles.
The higher profile.
The higher profiles are on the 10th floor, and that's where they don't get this time out. They only get like an hour or 2 hours of break during the day to go outside on the tejaban or el techo. But basically, it's not permitted. It's not permitted. So we will see. We will see if the members will, or the organization will tell the members about it. ¿En español? Spanish. Básicamente lo que estamos, yo traté de subir un video donde estaba en Chino, California, pero desafortunadamente no lo cargué, pensé que ese era el primero que puse. Entonces, ese segundo y el tercero, los últimos dos que pusimos, es acerca de la cárcel donde está él en Nueva York. Está hablando de las condiciones donde la cárcel, cómo tienen a los reos, cucarachas, hay ratones, hay les ha faltado la luz, hay historia de que se ha ido la luz, se han congelado los prisioneros, sanitariamente no está bien cuidado, no hay suficiente medicina o suficientes cuidados médicos. No se permiten que se hagan consagraciones, no se permite nada federal, y ese documento lo voy a enseñar la siguiente vez, lo tengo. No se permite religión, no se permite nada de que se junten para hacer como esa bolita. Toda esa información la tengo en un archivo, lo voy a sacar para enseñarles las cosas que no se permiten en la prisión. Entonces, lo que queremos realmente darles a conocer de las personas que más adelante vayan a oír lo que esa organización les va a decir, que él está muy bien, que está predicando en las prisiones, que él está cambiando el mundo en aquel lugar de Nueva York. Tengan en cuenta y estén al pendiente de que eso no es posible, no se puede, eso no se puede, no puede pasar.
Right, it cannot happen because that's not permitted, and religion is not permitted at a federal prison. They cannot preach, they cannot bring religion in, any type of religion, not just because they're trying to not allow the leader of LLDM church to preach about religion, his religion, but it's not permitted, and not in a federal prison. You know, they're more strict. They have stricter rules, and in the case and the reason we brought this video is because if moving forward, if they come out with these testimonies like the Russo, right, and they say that that he's in there preaching and he's converting, well, once again, it's the facts. The facts is that that's not allowed, right? And that's what we want to bring here.
And I found this document that says it is important to understand how federal detention works. It says federal detention facilities do not allow unrestricted movement. They do not allow free gatherings. They do not allow inmates to preach freely, to hold assemblies, or to exercise authority over others. Religion practice in federal custody is strictly regulated, supervised, and limited. Inmates do not have the authority to pardon others. Inmates do not have the authority to release others. Only courts can do that. This is not about who the person is. This is how the federal system operates, regardless of status or belief. Ok, en español. Es importante que entendamos cómo trabajan la detención o la cárcel federal. La cárcel federal no permite movimientos restringidos o restringidos. No permiten que se junten grupitos. No permiten que los reos prediquen libremente o que tengan asambleas o que ejecuten autoridad sobre otros. La práctica de religión en la Corte Federal o la custodia federal es estrictamente regulada y supervisada y limitada. Los reos no tienen la autoridad de perdonar a nadie. Los reos no tienen la autoridad de dejar salir a nadie y solamente la corte puede hacer eso. No se acerca de la persona, es estrictamente lo que el sistema federal en los Estados Unidos opera. No le hace qué tipo de religión, qué tipo de persona seas y qué es lo que tú creas, básicamente.
Well, that's basically what we wanted to bring today. In this live that we did today, we want to bring a little awareness to what's being told to the members and kind of give an awareness of how now we're using this person, the director of this organization, LLDM, La Luz del Mundo, where he's now being held. Meanwhile, he waits his trial. Just to let the audience know, there is a trial scheduled for March the 12th of this year. He has a scheduled court date for March the 12th. When we will be following that case once on March the 12th. We'll be bringing it here live. We will talk about it. We will talk about what happens there. We'll bring the information as we can bring it live to you. We will work on trying to bring more of this information as we get it from the court documents to others, to our future lives that we'll be bringing. We will work on trying to do at least 2 lives per week, and basically that's what we're going to work on, trying to get 2 lives. We will go more in depth into some of these documents. Different documents. We will talk in depth. We'll bring more information to the public and for anyone that wants. And if anybody has any questions or want to suggest any topic or any information that you want to know about this organization, or you want to know what's going on with the cases, with the cases that are in right now that are pending, just letting the audience know that Xochitl's case, those that are following it, there's a case which is an ex-member of this organization. She has a case against this organization in California. It is a RICO case, and that case has not been closed. That case is pending. There's a pending trial date for February the 3rd of this year. It's a hearing, and once we get close to that date, or there's other information or any updates on that case, we will bring it here. And there's also another case that's on the Jane Doe's case. There's a civil case against this organization brought by Jane Doe's, and we'll explain it in another live who the Jane Doe's are. But just want to let the audience know that's here, that there's 3 pending cases that are against this organization. the most important one that's right now is the federal case. It's a federal case, which is a RICO case against this organization. There's a secondary case, which is also a RICO case, which is the social case, but it's a civil case. So and it runs about the same lines, but it's still open. There is, like I said, a pending date for that Sochi's case for February the 3rd. It might get moved based pending on the lawyers, but if there is a movement or there's any new updates on that case, we will bring it here. But that case, for many that are been following it or want to know, it is not closed. It's not been. There's been rumors, right, that I've been told, and they've also told the church that case has been closed and that case does not exist any longer. But there is court documents that state otherwise, and there is a court date for February the 3rd in the Federal Court of California.
¿Por qué? ¿Para este caso? El caso
de the federal case right now that it's for Nazón is for March the 12th.
Marzo 12. Ok, marzo 12 es el caso de Nazón. So, pues, estemos al pendientes. En los vivos futuros vamos a continuar enseñándoles documentos, explicándoles claramente y invitándolos a todos ustedes que los lean, que sepan, hay mucha información, Rogelio, mucha información en los documentos que te quedas asombrado y asombrada. Hay muchos documentos que ustedes no han leído y que nosotros nos hemos sentado y a veces duramos hasta 2, 3, 4 horas leyendo los documentos, tratando de entenderlos, y son muy interesantes. Es que en vivos futuros vamos a explicar esos documentos. Y también pues queremos concluir este en vivo y decirles que no tienen que estar de acuerdo con nosotros, no tienen que darnos la razón. Solamente estamos enseñando lo que se dice y lo que es. Se dice que para hacer una conclusión, porque ya muchos están durmiendo, bueno, por ahí dice la tía, son las 12:22, oh my God. Ya vamos a acabar. Saludos, tía. Entonces, básicamente, lo que queremos darles a entender es que, o a saber ¿qué estaba diciendo?
En conclusión de lo que
hablamos, hay una cosa que les dicen a los miembros y otra cosa muy diferente de lo que está pasando. Les enseñamos los testimonios de los miembros o los testimonios de lo que les están diciendo a los miembros y realmente cómo son las cárceles aquí en Estados Unidos. No están juntos, no están y voy a buscar los documentos donde dice que no está libre, igual que Eva Joaquín de Nazón tampoco está con todas las demás personas, con todos los demás miembros. Ahí sí, ese documento acaba de salir hace poquito.
Pues sí, tenemos el documento de donde dice que
Eva no está
permitida de
hablar con otra gente.
Con otros miembros.
Y si Eva no está permitida estar con otra gente, quiere decir que Nazón es lo mismo. Y voy a buscar documentos donde diga, porque estoy segura que los hay, donde dice que Nazón también está restringido a estar lejos de otros reos, por obvias razones que la corte dice que está acusado. Entonces, eso también, no llegué a esa página de los documentos que empezamos a hablar al principio, pero ahí, tal vez al siguiente en vivo vamos a leer otras 2 páginas de la página de la corte, donde dice exactamente de lo que está acusado Nazón Joaquín García, y por la misma razón no puede estar junto con otros reos. You want to say in English?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're going to bring the information from the recent court case that we have that he's going through, and we will bring the information that that right now as we speak, we know that Eva de Joaquin Garcia does not have ability to be around other inmates. Mm-hmm. She's prohibited to be around other inmates, and also Nazón is prohibited to be around other inmates. So, and Joram is also in the same situation.
And the reason why we're saying this is because the court says it.
Right, the court says it, and if and this podcast that we talked about was that they kind of tell the church that he's allowed to have his little groups and preach and go about talking to other inmates, right? But we want to emphasize that he does not have those liberties.
Because if Eva Joaquin de Garcia, it doesn't have that liberty because of what she did, the same thing, it makes sense that Nason Joaquin Garcia doesn't have the same liberty either. And like I said, we're going to talk about that case through those documents and let you know why is he accused of, and you will understand why he's not able to be out there with the other inmates for obvious reasons.
Well, that's we'll be bringing other lives, like I was said before. We're going to have at least 2 lives per week. Try to keep this moving forward. We're new. David de la Luz, gracias por estar aquí. Es nuevo. Bueno, también nosotros somos nuevos. David de la Luz, apenas empezamos en este canal. Es un canal que apenas empezamos ayer. Ayer fue nuestra primera introducción a estas plataformas. Vamos a traer información, documentos. Nuestro canal es de Facts and Fiction. Vamos a hablar los 2 idiomas, inglés y español, porque tenemos una audiencia que nos ha pedido, que es unos jóvenes y familiares que nos han pedido que hagamos algo en inglés, que sea más, que hablen los 2 idiomas o que se enfoque.
Tal vez nos podamos, cuando podemos hacer un programa en español acerca de lo mismo y un programa en inglés, puro inglés, para no...
Bueno, eso lo hablamos después. Pero sí, gracias por estar aquí, David de la Luz. Y a los demás que está aquí, la tía Madaí, el Indigno, como
Barbie creo que ya se nos fue.
Barbie ya se nos fue a dormir.
Ya están las
y muchos se están yendo a dormir, pero gracias y lo pueden ver esto en diferido. Y gracias por estar aquí.
Gracias
y
por
vamos
el
a
apoyo.
tratar de también abrir el canal una hora antes.
Un poquito más temprano.
Y una hora más temprano para poder llegar a las 2 horas y terminar en 2 horas. Pero ya vamos 2 horas y casi los 30 minutos. Pero gracias a todos.
No olviden suscribirse,
y
darle like a este canal,
como todos,
compartir.
Para que llegue esta más información y vamos a seguir aquí.
Y mañana les tenemos, o el siguiente en vivo les tenemos nuestro cierre. Muy bonito también. Pero por hoy, gracias. Bye.
Una vez más, soy Rogelio. Mi nombre es Leroy. El nombre de aquí de las redes es Rogelio. Y mi esposa, Alma, y es Alma Libre. Y
a lo mejor más futuro les contamos nuestra historia. Que nos conocimos en esa organización, precisamente.
Bueno,
pero ya eso es otra cosa.
Gracias a todos por estar aquí acompañándonos esta noche o en diferido.
Thank you guys. Adiós.
Mic is on. Lights are ready. No disguises. No confetti. This is truth. No superstition. We don't sell stories. We bring facts, not fiction. Open ears, open mind. What you'll hear is real this time. We are truth on the table, no condition. We are presenting facts, not fiction. We are no fear, no manipulation. Facts, not fiction. No myths. No myths. No superstition. Yeah. Real voices, real information. We are facts, not fiction.
But I was reading the comments, because after you leave, you're not going to read the comments.